Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So in this video, we're going to continue about female reproductive cycle. So in our previous video, I have mentioned that female reproductive cycle have two, ovarian cycle and also menstrual cycle. So before we go through about these two cycles, that is very important to all of you to understand the role of hormone, where the hormone is being secreted, and then of course the role of hormone. Okay, so basically this is the diagram to show the female reproductive structure. Okay, female reproductive cycle. Okay, the ovarian cycle and the menstrual cycle. The cycle occur in different area, different place, where the ovarian cycle take place in ovary, but then for the menstrual cycle in the uterus, but they are related to each other. Okay, so about the hormone involved, first we have GnRH, which is secreted by hypothalamus. Same goes in male. The function of this gonadotropin-releasing hormone is to stimulate anterior pituitary gland to secrete FSH and LH. So this FSH, or follicle stimulating hormone, it been secreted by anterior pituitary gland, and in female the function is to stimulate growth of follicle. So this growth of follicle also will be helped by the LH. So LH is luteinizing hormone, and then the LH is also secreted by anterior pituitary gland, and the function is to induce follicle maturation, induce ovulation, and also induce formation of corpus luteum. Next hormone is estradiol, also known as estrogen. So estradiol and estrogen is referred to the same hormone. This hormone is secreted by, first, before ovulation, the hormone will be secreted by the growing follicle. Okay, but then after ovulation occur, the hormone will be secreted by the corpus luteum, and the function of estradiol is for repairing and healing uterus and thickening of endometrium wall. And the last hormone is progesterone, which is secreted by the corpus luteum, and the function is to maintain the thickness of endometrium wall. So in female reproductive cycle, have positive feedback and negative feedback. Okay, so what is mean by positive feedback? Is the end product of an action cause more of the action to occur, means that akan berlaku enhancement. Kalau dia punya level tinggi, dia akan menyebabkan level itu menjadi lebih tinggi. Macam itulah. So dia akan enhance the effect. Kalau negative feedback pula, dia akan bagi against effect. Kalau tinggi akan rendahkan, kalau rendah tinggikan. So that is positive and negative feedback. Okay. So now let's proceed to the first cycle, which is ovarian cycle. Look at here. Okay, ovarian cycle occur in ovary. So as we have learned, for female, it may has two ovary. Okay, and this is related to development of follicle. So in our previous video, saya dah tunjukkan which in our ovary start from primordial follicle, the follicle will grow to become primary follicle, secondary follicle, and finally mature follicle called Graafian follicle. And then berlaku ovulation, and after ovulation it become corpus luteum. Okay. So basically ovarian cycle has two phases. The first one is follicular phase. Okay, and second one is luteal phase, and in between of these is ovulation process. Okay, so now let's go detail. Alright, for ovarian cycle, look at this follicular phase. So here is the follicular phase, okay, before ovulation, and then ovulation. After ovulation is the luteal phase. So in follicular phase, the first thing happen is hypothalamus secrete GnRH. Hypothalamus secrete GnRH. Then, as you know, GnRH will stimulate anterior pituitary gland to secrete FSH and LH. FSH will stimulate follicle to growth. So look at this. From the primary follicle, become growing follicle, and finally become mature follicle called Graafian follicle. So all these things is stimulated by the FSH. Okay. And then what happens is, when the follicle grows, this growing follicle will secrete estrogen or will secrete estradiol. So as you know, this estradiol, the function is to repair or healing the thickness of endometrium wall. Okay, and here, when the growing follicle small, okay, in a small size, we can see that the level of estrogen is low. Okay, but then when the follicle getting bigger, this will rise up the level of estrogen. So when the level of estrogen is rise up, this will induce the level of LH and FSH to surge. Okay, to surge. Then what happened? This is called as positive feedback. Okay, when the progesterone level increase, it will exert a positive feedback where the level of LH and FSH also increase. So this called as positive feedback. Bila estrogen level meningkat, dia akan meningkatkan juga level LH dan level FSH. So as you can see here, when the level of LH is surged or increased sharply, this LH hormone will induce ovulation. So the Graafian follicle bursts or ruptured and release the secondary oocyte. Okay, and then after ovulation occur, it will form the corpus luteum. Okay, after the Graafian follicle ruptured, release secondary oocyte, so the remaining follicle cell will form corpus luteum. And then the level of LH and FSH will drop drastically. Then this refer to the luteal phase. Okay, so luteal phase is the phase after ovulation where the level of LH and FSH is dropped drastically. Okay, and then since the corpus luteum is formed, corpus luteum, it will secrete both hormone estrogen and progesterone. This is important to make sure the endometrium wall thicken and the thickness is being maintained. Okay, until there is no implantation, so the GnRH hormone will decrease and it will cause the corpus luteum to be degenerate. And then that's why the level of estrogen and progesterone drop. And at this time, okay, as you can see, when the corpus luteum secrete estrogen and progesterone, the level of LH and FSH is low. This is due to negative feedback. When level of estrogen and progesterone is high, then it will inhibit secretion of LH and FSH. This is to make sure there is no new follicle to be developed. Okay, so this is negative feedback. Okay, that is the general explanation. Okay, so here is the notes. Okay, let's go through one by one. Okay, during follicular phase, hypothalamus secrete GnRH. So here, hypothalamus secrete GnRH. And then GnRH stimulate anterior pituitary gland to secrete FSH and LH. So anterior pituitary gland secrete FSH and LH. FSH stimulate follicle to grow, so the follicle grows. The developing or growing follicle secrete estrogen or estradiol. There is a slow release of estradiol secreted during follicular phase. So these will keep LH and FSH low. Then, since the follicle getting bigger, the secretion of estradiol by growing follicle increase sharply. Stimulate increase of LH and FSH secretion by anterior pituitary gland. So this is called as positive feedback. High level of LH will stimulate final maturation of the follicle. And then it will induce or it will stimulate ovulation. Okay. So that is what happened in follicular phase. So what is ovulation? Ovulation is a process the Graafian follicle ruptured and release secondary oocyte. After ovulation is luteal phase, where the LH stimulate formation of corpus luteum. So now the corpus luteum is formed. Corpus luteum will secrete progesterone and estradiol. High level of progesterone and estradiol has a negative feedback on hypothalamus. Then inhibits secretion of LH and FSH. This is to make sure there is no new follicle to be growth or to develop. Then near the end of luteal phase, corpus luteum disintegrate. Level of estrogen and progesterone will decrease sharply. So that is explanation for ovarian cycle. Right, so let's proceed to menstrual cycle or uterine cycle. So for menstrual cycle or uterine cycle, okay, this is occur in the uterus and it is related to the lining of uterus or endometrium wall of non-pregnant woman. Okay, kita cerita tentang ketebalan endometrium wall pada wanita yang tidak mengandung. Sebab kalau mengandung, dia akan jadi lain lah. Okay, and this uterine cycle or menstrual cycle have 3 phases, which are first, menstrual flow phase, second, proliferative phase, and the third one, secretory phase. So this is what happened. An average of a menstrual cycle is about 28 days. So you can see this is day 1 until day 28. Have 3 phases: menstrual flow phase, proliferative phase, and secretory phase. So now let's focus on menstrual flow phase. Alright, so in menstrual flow phase, look at the level of estradiol and progesterone. The level is very low. Why low? Because try to recall back. Okay, try to recall back. At here, the corpus luteum is disintegrate. Corpus luteum disintegrate. So there is no secretion of estrogen and progesterone. So when the level of estrogen and progesterone is low, it will cause the endometrium wall to be ruptured. So bila aras estrogen rendah, progesteron rendah, so dia akan menyebabkan endometrium wall kita ruptured. Sebab apa? Ingat balik, function of estradiol is to repair and healing the thickness of endometrium wall other than thicken the endometrium wall, and then progesterone, the function is to maintain the thickness of endometrium wall. But then the level of hormone is very low, so that's why endometrium wall dia tak boleh remain thick, so dia ruptured. So during this phase, ini kita panggil sebagai menstrual flow phase. Why? Because at this phase akan ada bleeding yang juga dipanggil sebagai menses atau juga dipanggil sebagai period. Okay? And then after that, try to recall back. Okay? During this part, okay, the growing follicle, the follicle is start to be growth. And then the growing follicle will secrete estrogen. And then the estrogen secreted will cause the endometrium wall start to thicken back. Because the function of estradiol or estrogen is to repair and healing the thickness of endometrium wall. So that's why in second phase, the wall start to thicken back. And now the wall reach with the blood vessel. Okay. And after that is ovulation. Okay. And after ovulation, the corpus luteum is formed. And then the corpus luteum will secrete estrogen and progesterone. So the secretion of estrogen and progesterone will make the endometrial wall continue to become thickened and the thickness will be maintained. So that's why you can see at secretory phase, the wall of endometrium dalam keadaan tebal. Sebab waktu ini high level of progesterone, high level of estrogen. So ketebalannya tebal. And at this time, we can see that the endometrium wall is rich with the blood vessel because they are ready for implantation of the embryo. Sekiranya dah ada berlaku fertilization and then embryo terbentuk, waktu ini mereka sedia untuk menerima embryo menempel. Then all these blood vessel and then actually ada glycogen, so this can nourish the embryo. Okay, but then if there is no fertilization or no implantation, the corpus luteum disintegrate. So the level of progesterone and estrogen will be drop again. So the menses will start again. Okay. So means how to calculate the number of our cycle. The first day of bleeding itu dikira hari pertama. Kemudian kira keep continue kira until lah hari ke-29 bleeding semula. So means that your menstrual cycle is 28 days. Okay. If first day kira at day 33 baru berlaku the next bleeding. So means your cycle is 32. That is very important to know and untuk ambil berat pasal diri. Okay. And usually the ovulation will occur at half. So macam ni since 28 hari. So ovulation itu estimationnya adalah hari ke-12 hingga hari ke-15. Okay. Alright. So now kita tengok explanation one by one. So in menstrual flow phase, the first thing is there is low level of progesterone and estradiol since the corpus luteum disintegrate. So here estradiol, progesterone low. Then the endometrial wall ruptured called menstrual bleeding. So here endometrial wall ruptured, so called menstrual bleeding. Endometrium wall breakdown. Loss of blood around 5 to 7 days. In proliferative phase, the growing follicle secrete estradiol. So here the estradiol secreted by the growing follicle. Then the estradiol induce repairing and healing of endometrial walls. Endometrial walls start to thicken back with the blood vessel. And the duration is around 1 to 2 weeks. Then the third phase is secretory phase. After ovulation, progesterone and estradiol is secreted by corpus luteum. This will stimulate the thickening and the maintenance of uterine wall. So as you can see here, after ovulation, the level of progesterone and estrogen high. So this will make sure the endometrial wall is thickened and then the thickness is being maintained. Endometrial wall has more blood vessel. Endometrial gland secrete fluid rich in glycogen. This is for preparation of implantation. Duration of the secretory phase is around 2 weeks. After that, when there is no implantation, the corpus luteum disintegrate. Level of estrogen and progesterone decrease sharply. Then it will cause the endometrium wall to be ruptured and the menstrual flow phase start or begin. Okay. So that is for menstrual cycle. Okay. Now, apa yang kita cerita tadi is for women yang tidak pregnant. But what is happen when there is implantation? Sekiranya ada berlaku implantation, apa yang akan terjadi? Sekiranya berlaku implantation, this endometrial wall will keep thicken. Dia akan kekal menebal. Kenapa dia akan kekal menebal? Because the embryo itself will secrete HCG hormone. Human chronic gonadotropin. So this hormone will maintain the corpus luteum. So the corpus luteum will not disintegrate. So this corpus luteum will remain and will continue to secrete estrogen and progesterone to make sure the endometrium wall is keep thickened. Boleh faham? Sekiranya ada berlaku fertilization dan ada berlaku implantation, this endometrium wall akan kekal tebal. Macam mana dia kekal tebal? Because the corpus luteum will not rupture. This is due to the hormone chronic gonadotropin released or secreted by the embryo. And then this hormone, the function is to maintain the corpus luteum to keep secreting estrogen and progesterone until placenta is fully developed. Okay, so we're going to learn more about fertilization on the next video. So thank you for watching. Bye.